Hey guys, so scatterbrained mama moment here. The intro to this video disappeared. Either I actually deleted it, which is the most likely situation, or something happened in all the editingness of it, which I do absolutely little to none editing. I clip these videos together and just make sure I haven't given any misinformation and I post it. I don't mess with the lighting. I really don't do any of that. So real quick, fast and easy intro. This video that you're about to see is kind of my review, pros and cons, and how it went for us with carry-on only first time trip to Disney World with our 2-year-old. My husband and I have been many times, just the two of us. This was our first trip taking her, and we had decided to attempt taking carry-on bags only. These were the ups and downs, the pros and cons, and the answer to the question, would we do it again? So what you're going to see first is a clip of what we took. Gives you guys a good visual of exactly just what we were dealing with and having to finagle through the airport and by hand and in and off the plane because we did not check any of the following bags. So the first clip you're going to see is all our roller bags and our personal items, and then the actual video starts. So here you go. Here's your intro. Enjoy the video, guys. Okay guys, so to show you really quick, this is the setup of what we took to Disney World, all carry-ons, no checked bags. So this is my daughter's toddler size roller bag. Note, this did fit underneath the seat of the airline, so that was kind of handy. It didn't have to go overhead. Mine is the Chewbacca, my husband's is the R2-D2. This was my husband's carry-on, and this was my carry-on. I made our main diaper bag as my carry-on. I know I could have had a carry-on and a diaper bag per airline allowances for American, but I did not want to encourage myself to bring more that we were going to have to carry by hand. So the only thing not pictured here is also kind of a crossbody type sling that I got from Petunia Pickle Bottom that I packed inside my carry-on, and I used that kind of as what I call my double park bag system. I'll explain that in video, but this is what we took. Now, it doesn't look like a lot, but also in tow was a stroller and our 2-year-old. So that's what we did. Like I said, I'm about to kind of get into the video here, but I wanted to give you a visual of what it looked like of, rolling all of this through the airport, putting up above the overhead bins, gate checking the stroller, having the personal bags with a stroller and a 2-year-old. So anyways, let's dive into this a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back. I grabbed my water. By the way, I will do this hopefully in a video with the souvenirs that we came back home with this time. But every time I go, I try to get the latest or newest edition that the Starbucks venti size tumbler has that I'm pretty sure you can only get in the Disney parks. And this was this year's, or I guess in the last year or two. So it's really cute. It kind of has a little bit of a retro vibe feel to it. I think this makes four. Yeah, four, because I've gotten one on each trip, and this was our fourth trip. I think that's right. I think I have 3 others right now with all the different designs, so that's a lot of fun. And I have my notes. By the way, really quick plug, look at this really cute Haunted Mansion with tabs journal. It's not a day planner, it's just a journal. Like, it's just empty notebook paper. But I got it at Hot Topic. How cute is that? Okay, so the the focus of this video is the big question. I had decided a few months ago we were going to tackle this trip with carry-on only. This was a back and forth decision. I agonized over it for months. My poor husband was miserable because I couldn't make up my mind. He necessarily wasn't against it or for it. He just was more or less apprehensive about how it would go with the two of us having 3 carry-ons, 2 bags, personal items, a stroller, and a toddler. First time, doing this. And so we did decide to tackle it carry-on only. I was very, very excited about it. So I will say, of course, like anything else, there are pros and cons, but I will say we will not do this again until my daughter is old enough age to maybe not be in a stroller and pull her own roller bag, shall we say. If we are going to be managing a stroller, we've decided not to do carry on only for future trips. We are hoping to take her in 2 years when she's 4, which will be an improvement as far as like what she can do and things like that. But she will still be in the stroller. And so we decided we will do a checked bag next time and carry our personal items only, and that will be that. So, what I my process in my mind was, this is going to save so much time. This is going to be amazing. There's going to be, you know, getting to Orlando, no hitting baggage check, going straight to our bus. We utilized the Sunshine Flyer transportation from MCO to the resort, which we stayed at, which was Port Orleans Riverside. We've been there multiple times before. We're familiar with the grounds. We just really like it. And in my mind, I just saw this going so seamlessly. I even worked out, you know, how we were going to get through security and who was going to hold what and how it was going to work. And while it did go according to the way I thought it was going to go, it was very cumbersome, I guess is the right word. Like, I had thought out every little possible scenario. I even had a backpack that was my husband's personal item, kind of be what's the trigger bag. In other words, it contained all electronics, all batteries, all food, all toiletries, liquid items, things of that nature. So there were none of those types of items in any of our carry-on bags or in the diaper bag. So I knew I wouldn't have to open any of those. They would roll right through the x-ray machine, and only my husband's one backpack would need to be fully emptied. That all went according to plan. It did work that way. They did not see or find a reason to have to dig through the carry-ons because there were only clothes. The diaper bag did not have anything questionable in it, and his backpack, yes, it got completely empty because it had phones and chargers and iPads, and it had her liquid baby food pouches and toddler snacks, and I even had put in our Ziploc bags of all the toiletries, our body washes, shampoos, deodorants, you get it. So that worked, and I thought this will be, you know, it'll be seamless, and it was, but it was so cumbersome. I keep going back to that word because I don't exactly know what other word. Maybe even awkward is a better word. So I'm pushing a stroller. My husband is pushing 2 carry-ons. I have the diaper bag on my back. He has his personal item on his back. And I was able to put her little stroller carry-on in the bottom compartment of our stroller. Her size of her roller bag was actually significantly smaller. It's a toddler style is what they called it. I think I got it off of Kohl's, and it actually did fit under the seat of the airline, which I thought, hey, that's another added bonus. We don't have to have all 3 of these overhead. It'll be easier to finagle in and out. And like I said, while it was, yes, doable and all those things that happened, it was stressful. It was stressful because I had packed, you know, a full week's worth. These carry-ons were probably heavier than they normally would have been. And it was very hard. You know, you have a toddler and you have to be kind of zoned in on them when you are trying to get situated in an airplane and someone is trying to get the bags overhead and you got people behind you. And keep in mind, this was our toddler's first, like lots of her firsts. Her first experience in an airport, first experience on a plane, in a theme park, on a bus type system, not in a hotel. We have stayed in a hotel a few times with her before, but so for that being her first and her being a little bit tentative and nervous and just little things about, you know, her not wanting to like walk in and sit down on the seat when we were trying to manage bags and I'm managing her, it was a stressful, awkward type of thing to deal with. We did gate check our stroller so that we could have the use of the stroller through the airport, which I highly recommend if you have a toddler or a little one who is young enough to need, as you know, doesn't want to walk a lot. Just gate check it. It was not damaged. We didn't have any problems with it. We did not put it in any type of a special bag. I've heard people, you're going to get stories half and half where no problems at all and oh, it was a horrible nightmare. Don't ever do that. So our experience was great. No damage to the stroller was done. We loved having it in the actual airport. It was a lifesaver. Gate checking it right before we walked on, pulling it off right as we walked off. But even all that, getting the stroller, keeping tabs on her so she didn't run away, 3 roller bags, 2 personal items. It was just a lot. So those were kind of some of the cons that we experienced. The pros, of course, were we did not wait at baggage check. It was wonderful going straight to the transportation gate where we were leaving the bus to and from our resort. It was nice being at the resort and immediately having all of our bags with us. One of my biggest worries that what if it was delayed for some reason, or we had to wait so long that we missed our window for our transportation to our resort and got delayed there. Those were some of my reasons that fueled me for going carry-on only. So it did serve those purposes. We did make better time, I would say, getting out of the airport because of that. It still just it's just not something we wanted to do again. um Also, it helped me bring only what I truly felt we would need and or use. In other words, without a lot of excess space to play with, it saved me from what I feel is overpacking for me. That's me, that's my personality. That may be totally different for you, but having to literally have a small compartment for each person, each member of our family, forced me to go, okay, how many extras do I really need? What am I really going to use? And luckily, my husband and I had been a handful of times, so I knew what we will use. I know what we will and won't use. I know what I have overpacked in the past before and ended up not bringing in other trips. But this is a little bit different with a toddler. Toddlers involve so much more than just clothes, pajamas, and undies. You know, it's her swimwear, it's her diapers, her wipes, her um, like I said before, her toddler food, things like her sound machine, her little stroller fan, things like that that we wanted to bring that were so much extra and kind of bulky. So the upside of carrying ons only was that it reduced the risk of overpack. We'll put it that way. Um, let's see. I do think that for future reference, though, when we go again and we check one, I'm gonna get one great big one, and everybody's just gonna go into that. I think just one checked, we can do it as a family. Now that I know really what our bare essentials are that we actually use, that's what we're gonna do. So let's see here. Um, so, anyways, not that we won't ever do it again, but not when she's in a stroller. When she's older, absolutely. My husband and I went on one trip where we both just took carry-ons only, and it was really nice. It was. But with a toddler and all the things that it comes with toddler life and stroller life that had to be packed into those bags because the stroller could not really have anything on it at the airport. That was something I wasn't quite prepared for. They don't want stuff heavily loaded onto your stroller. So a lot of the things that I knew we were only going to need on the stroller for in the park, I had to pack, or I chose to pack to make it easier in the airport. So things like, the stroller fan and the sound machine because she often naps in the stroller, and an attachable blanket and all those things. The stroller was there when we had it in the airport. So let's see. I guess that's really it, guys. It was an experience, and my poor husband was very patient with me because I knew he was nervous about it being stressful. And there were things about it that were wonderful and things about it that, yes, were stressful. And so for us, we decided we won't do it again until she's quite a bit older. But it was nice to try it. It was good to experience it and see, did this jive for us? Did this work? Did it not? And a lot of my friends had commented because I put a picture on Facebook. Hey, this is all we're taking. We're carrying on only. It's like, oh no, souvenirs. What are you gonna do? I have never packed a souvenir from my Disney trips. Like, let me repeat that. If you're going to Disney, if you've never been, if you're new, you can ship your souvenirs home. I get for some people, maybe that's not ideal. I love it. I thrive on being able to pack that stuff up, send it home. It's insured by Disney. If it comes broken, they will replace it. Plus, for me, it's almost like a second Christmas. You get home from your vacation, you're a little bit down, you got the Disney blues, and a few days later, your package is coming with all the souvenirs and goodies and fun stuff that you bought. So it's kind of reliving a little bit, and sometimes you even forgot that you bought a few things. So you can do this in multiple ways. You can ship home from each individual store, or you can gather everything up and take it to a concierge front desk of an on-property hotel. They will get you to pack it up, help you send it home, and of course, yes, you pay the shipping for it. To me, it's worth every penny. I've never had an item broken. This is now 4 trips. Never had a problem getting the boxes. They give you the tracking information when you check out. You pay for the shipping. You do have to keep your receipts. So if you go to multiple shops and you know you're going to come back to your hotel and send it, keep your receipts. They have to know the value of the items that are in the box. I did half and half. There were a couple of places where I bought quite a lot of things and quite like some breakable valuables, and I sent it directly home from that shop. So I knew that would come completely by itself, packed in a box from that shop. And the others I just gathered into a bag, kept the receipts in my wallet, and the night before we left, I went into our hotel gift shop, gave her the bag, she added everything up, took my address, gave me the tracking information. That was it. That was done. So that's another plus for, like, oh, not having to make room in your suitcase for souvenirs. I have never done that. I have always shipped them home from Disney property. I love it. I will always continue to do it that way as long as they offer that service. So, anyways, guys, that's basically all the notes I had. Everybody thought we were kind of crazy for doing carry-ons only, but I just wanted to see if I could do it, to say I had done it. And a little caveat here, what helped was Amazon delivery to our Disney property resort. I did order diapers and extra things like that that I would have had to find a place for if we were not utilizing Amazon delivery. So there's that. I think I still could have divided them up amongst the 3 carry-ons, but that would have been rough and taken up a lot of space. So anyways, we did utilize Amazon and it was lovely. It was wonderful. I highly recommend it. So, all right, guys, that is kind of my experience on taking carry-ons only with a toddler and stroller to Disney World. That was our experience. Would love to hear us down below. I'm sure some people do it and love it, and it is just wonderful for them. And I think it will be for us in the future. I think I decided to tackle this when she's a little bit too young. There's so many things that she needs as a toddler that she won't when she's a little bit bigger, and she can help carry some of the load and not have dad in the stroller be such a pack mule, which is basically what it was. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end that video right here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really hoping in the next couple of days to film some more information about our Disney trip with her. Helpful information, things I learned, things I got right, things I got wrong at Disney with first time as a toddler, stuff I would love to share with you because we had a blast. We really, really did. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.